Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. FBI Director James Comey has confirmed the FBI is investigating whether President Trump's campaign colluded with Russia to sway the 2016 election.
I have been authorized by the Department of Justice to confirm that the FBI, as part of our counterintelligence mission, is investigating the Russian government's efforts to interfere in the 2016 presidential election.
Appears to have issued the unfounded claims that the British intelligence agency, GCHQ, carried out the alleged wiretap after watching a Fox News report last week. Fox has pulled its senior legal analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano, who made the claims last week. Following the hearing, President Trump refused to heed mounting calls for him to apologize for his unsubstantiated claims that Obama tapped his phones. Instead, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer said the White House was still looking into the possibility of surveillance. President Trump is expected to seek security clearances so his daughter Ivanka Trump can access classified information. Ivanka is also expected to receive an office in the West Wing and government-issued communication devices. Ivanka Trump has been one of her father's most trusted advisors despite having no official government role. Her husband, Jared Kushner, is a senior White House advisor. Top Republican lawmakers have announced a slew of amendments to the Republican health care plan ahead of the House vote Thursday. Many of the amendments were pushed by conservatives within the Republican Party. One amendment seeks to immediately halt the Medicaid expansion program. Another would allow states to make it harder for people to receive Medicaid by imposing requirements that able-bodied people have a job or participate in job training programs. A third amendment would allow states to choose to receive less federal funding for Medicaid. A new report by the World Meteorological Organization warns the planet is experiencing unprecedented increases in global temperatures and rising sea levels that smash all previous measurements. David Carlson, director of the World Meteorological Organization's World Climate Research Program, said, quote, "We're seeing other remarkable changes across the planet that are challenging the limits of our understanding of the climate system. We are now in truly uncharted territory," he said. In Florida, the Orange Osceola State Attorney Aramis Ayala has received death threats from another government employee after she announced she would not seek the death penalty in any murder case, including a case of a police officer's killing. After her announcement, the assistant finance director of the Seminole County Clerk's Office, Stan McCullers, wrote on Facebook, quote, "Maybe she should get the death penalty. She should be tarred and feathered, if not hung from a tree," unquote. State's Attorney Ayala is the first African-American state's attorney in Florida's history. The Orlando Sentinel reports that from 1877 to 1950, more than 331 black people were lynched by whites in Florida, the most lynchings per capita of any state in the United States. In California, a three-day African trade conference at the University of Southern California was held without a single person from Africa, after the U.S. government denied the visas of every single African seeking to attend. Organizers of the African Global Economic and Development Summit say between 60 and 100 potential attendees from Africa all had their visas denied. Organizer Mary Flowers said, quote, "I don't know if it's Trump or if it's the fact that the embassies that have been discriminating for a long time see this as an opportunity because of talk of the travel ban to blatantly reject everyone," unquote. Forbes magazine has published its annual billionaires list. According to Forbes, President Donald Trump's net worth has dropped by $1 billion. His fortune is now reportedly $3.5 billion, making him the 544th richest person in the world. In more news on billionaires, banker David Rockefeller has died at the age of 101. One of the heirs to the Rockefeller oil fortune, he also exerted extensive political influence worldwide. David Rockefeller was the longest-serving member of the Council on Foreign Relations. He was a strong promoter of neoliberalism and was involved in U.S. political interventions, including the ouster of Chile's democratically elected leader Salvador Allende. David Rockefeller also engaged in philanthropy. And Peter Kwong, a leading scholar of Asian American Studies and Immigration, has died. Born in Taiwan in 1941, Kwong was a distinguished professor of urban affairs and planning at Hunter College in New York and a professor of sociology at the Graduate Center of City of New York. His work was twice nominated for the Pulitzer Prize. In 2010, Kwong appeared on Democracy Now! To talk about his Oscar-nominated film, China's Unnatural Disaster, The 10 Years of Sichuan Province. This is Peter Kwong speaking about how the Chinese government was seeking to suppress information about the earthquake, which killed 80,000 people.
So, ironically, ours is the only document of history. This is the only thing that's left.